Hi, guys. I thought I would check in. I haven't checked in for a while about my weight loss slash health journey. And so I wanted to give you an update. Let's see, I just took my sixth injection. So going on week 6, and it's been going well, except recently I decided that I need to up the dose. Now, when I say up the dose, though, I'm going to up the dose, but I started off on half the dose that other people start on. So basically, what I'm going to be doing is doing that same dose twice a week rather than once. So, what I found with this is in the beginning, the first few days, I feel the effects of it more. And then as the week goes on, it wears off a little bit, and I get a lot more of the like, what am I going to eat right now? I'm really hungry. And not that that's a bad thing. I'm learning a lot from this. So I'm taking it slow. And I just want you to know that that's as valuable to me as like losing a bunch of weight. I don't need to like drop a ton of weight right now. What I need to do is learn how to manage it so that it's not just the medication, or so that I'm not thinking later on, oh, it's just the medicine that did this. It's a joint effort, you know? And I have to learn these things. Like, I made a New England boiled dinner, which I love. I mean, oh my God, who doesn't love like some really salty, wonderful smoked pork, smoked shoulder, stringy ham with cabbage and onions and carrots and whatever. And I found out cabbage? No, 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 no. And one of the doctors that I follow on YouTube, he was saying like, stay away from gassy foods like that. And I thought, well, it sounded good. So I thought, but all night long, my stomach hurt, because this slows down your digestion. And so it's in there longer. And I was just like, ugh, kind of miserable. That's the most nauseous I think I have felt this entire time. I didn't get sick. I didn't throw up, but I just felt like really, ugh, like that was a big mistake. Don't do that again. And that's kind of what this is. It's like behavioral, right? So you learn if you eat a certain thing and you feel a certain way, well, maybe I'm not going to eat that the next time, or maybe I'm going to eat less of that, or maybe whatever. So I'm experimenting a lot, and that's a good thing. Let me think. I want to like kind of put these in segments. So I had lost about 4.5 pounds, and then I went up a pound. And I was like, ooh, really worried about that. And then it was a little bit more than a pound, but I was also super constipated. That is something that comes along with this, and I'm working on that as well. But I have not been drinking the prune juice every single day. So my new goal is to really be on that. Either have some prune juice or eat some prunes like every day, because I'd rather do it naturally if I can. I also started taking a probiotic, and I'm hoping that that will help as well. But yeah, being constipated is no fun, and it's frustrating, and you just don't feel well, and you feel sluggish, but it makes your digestive tract sluggish. So that's part of what it does. So, you need to make up for that in other ways. So anyway, I was kind of going in the wrong direction, but I had an appointment with my doctor, and he's wonderful. He listens. He's so encouraging and supportive. He always has been. Always get a big hug or two while I'm there. As a matter of fact, he walked in the door and I said, I'm really fine. I just came here to say hello and see how you're doing. And he just laughed. Usually I have like a big long list of things on my phone that I want to talk about, and I didn't this time. I just told him it was working well. I was not having a bunch of side effects. And he said, great. My blood pressure was really good. My heart rate was good. The one thing that I have had is some shortness of breath, but I've had that before when my allergies are bad, usually at night. And so my allergies have been consistently bad, and I'm allergic to a lot of the stuff outside, as well as I'm allergic to dust inside. And we have a lot of things that we brought here, and I'm not sifting through them enough to like really make it a better, more clean environment. So there's stuff around that gathers dust, and my allergies have just been bad. And also they're digging up a bunch of stuff behind us, behind our house. So, they're churning up the land, and I'm allergic to all that stuff. So every time I go out with the dog or whatever, I'm feeling very allergy-ish. The other thing about that is if I take my allergy medicine every single day, it really dries me out and makes me more dehydrated, and I'm trying to hydrate more. So I've kind of been trying to find that balance. So, having said all these things, you need to know, and I know you guys know, but disclaimer, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nurse, I am not a medical professional in the way that I can give you advice about this. But I'm just telling you what is going on with me and how it's working for me and what I'm doing. And like I said, I have a great doctor. I'm so grateful. If you don't have a doctor who listens to you about what's going on with you and you feel constantly frustrated with that person, find another doctor, okay? Because they work for you. You do not work for them. They work for you. And if you don't relate to them, or if they're being crappy about what you want, if they're not willing to sit and have a conversation with you and answer your questions, you need to get the hell out of there, because that's not what medicine is all about. It should be a joint effort where you're going to them for their best advice because they've been trained in this, and you're saying, here's how I feel, what can we do about this? What can we come up with a treatment plan for me that works, that I can buy into because you've explained to me why it will work or what your thought is on it because you're the medical professional. That's how that should work. Same thing with other things like therapy. When you go to a therapist, it's not so that they can tell you what to do. It's not so that they can say, oh, well, if you do A, B, and C, then D is going to happen, because that's bullshit and that's not how it works. But it's a collaboration. I have experience in this area. You have experience in that area. Let's talk about this together and see if we can arrive at something that works for you. Okay? So that's how it is when you go see a doctor. So I want you all to keep that in mind when you're seeing any medical professional. I know so many women who have gone to doctors who have been so crappy to them. And I'm saying that because I hear it more from women, maybe just because they talk about it more. But also, I've found in the medical community that a lot of times men are listened to in a different way than women are. And so if you're going to a doctor who's constantly, harping on you about something and just being like not helpful with it, but just like, there are doctors out there who say the most hateful things to their patients. And I'd be out the door in a second. Like, there is no damn way I'm talking to you. So think about that. Anyway, having said that, my doctor said, well, you can up the dose once a week if you want. You can double the dose, which would be the starting dose for other people. Or you can do what you were saying you want to do, which is do 2 injections a week to keep it in your system more consistently and not really be doubling the dose once a week. And that's what I decided to do. So today I took my 6th shot of 0.125 milligrams, and then I will take another shot that's 0.125 milligrams on Wednesday. So I'll do Saturdays and Wednesdays and see how I feel with that. And then we'll go from there. I do feel like it's really helping. I think the B12 is great for my energy. I don't mind the injections. It's kind of interesting. The injection itself doesn't hurt at all. But after I put the medicine in, about 5 minutes later, I can really feel like right where I put it in, like it kind of burns in there a little bit. But I just rub it in circles, and I change the injection site all the time. But I just kind of rub circles, and it really helps. It just feels like a little bruise or something for a couple of days. Also, I noticed that after I take an injection, I can feel like my digestive system, kind of like my stomach kind of gurgles a little bit, and that night it kind of does. So it's obviously having an effect on me, even at the lowest dose, half of the dose. So that's good. I feel like it's doing something. I feel like, and it's not anything bad. So I'm really enjoying that. So anyway, having said that, so now I guess I've lost about 3.5 pounds total because I went up a pound, and hoping that that's going to continue to go down. But I need to make some more lifestyle changes than what I've done. I haven't eaten the best. I need to eat more vegetables and stuff like that. I find myself in the beginning, I did really better in the way that I was only really craving more plain foods and vegetables and, like a protein and vegetables. And sweets weren't sounding too good to me. But then when I started to get used to the medication, I think sweets started sounding better. They started tasting better. I started having more cravings of things. Oh, that would be really good. I started munching a little bit more in between. And then I was like, oh, that's not good. So I want to make it so that food is not the highlight. And I love to cook, so that's kind of a thing. I need to cook smaller portions, mostly for my dad, and then eat some of it, whatever I can eat of it. Instead, I was used to, for the longest time, cooking for more people. And so I just made too much, and we just have too much food. But having said that, this is all a learning process. So I like it when I'm not thinking about food all the time. I like it when I feel successful. I can feel my body feels different. It does feel better. I guess I don't feel as bloated. I feel like my body's shape is changing. I'm also starting chair yoga. I've done that a few times, and I'm going to continue to do that. I actually had to get a chair. You guys, with all the furniture that I moved from from 2 houses, I didn't have a great chair that had no arms. So I had to actually buy a chair for that. Whatever. So anyway, I've got this chair, which is perfect for things like that. And the reason I'm doing that, my doctor understood, and he laughed a little bit, is I'm trying to preserve my knees, because I have kind of bad knees, and I really need them to be okay through this process. And then the more I lose, the more I will trust that I can do more that involves my knees without getting sore all the time, or risking an injury or something like that. So my goal is to really focus on the weight loss and the strength training and yoga and stuff like that first, and then move into the more, aerobic stuff, I guess, because I just don't want to hurt myself and be able to not be able to do those things. So anyway, I have this all like structured in my head. I don't know if it's making sense to you. But I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I needed to say about this. Nothing right now. Like, I think it's going pretty well, and I'll let you know how going up on the doses. And I said I'm taking the probiotics. Oh, I started taking magnesium because I heard that was a good thing to take. So I take a multivitamin. I take Qunol magnesium gummies. I take a probiotic that I just got that I forget the name of it. I think it's called Align for women. And I take vitamin D because I have been vitamin D deficient before. So I take that to kind of keep it okay. Been drinking a lot of water, trying to do electrolytes so that I am not dehydrated. I put a humidifier in my room, which was good because I guess with this new HVAC system and everything, it just dries out so much when you have the heat on, that I was really miserable with my allergies and just so dry every single night. So I bought a humidifier, and it has helped a lot. Like, I sleep a lot better. I had a little while there where I was really having a hard time sleeping for enough hours. I was sleeping for like 5 hours and then waking up and being like, okay. And 5 hours is not enough for me to make it through a day and feel good usually. Well, every once in a while is fine. But it was happening a little bit too much. But now I'm kind of back to, and it might be the magnesium, but I'm back to kind of sleeping a little bit longer, a little more sound. I'm a ridiculous TV watcher at night. Like, I will put the TV on and then I will not turn it off, and so I'll dream about crazy stuff because I'm half listening to it. Um, and so whatever's on the TV, God knows what I'm dreaming about. But I've been really conscious about waking up in the middle of the night with the TV on and turning it off while I'm still really sleepy enough to go back to sleep, and then I'm sleeping better. So there you go. Some people put a timer on. Um, I just haven't done that. I probably should. I'm sure it would work great, but haven't done it. So anyway, just wanted to let you guys know how it's going, and I love you, and thanks for being here, and I hope it helps you in some way. And if not, I hope it's somewhat entertaining. Take care. Talk to you soon.